I didn't say you needed it, but it was used to reverse engineer what you currently have today. That's how the science works in linguistics. That's how you was able to figure what you're using now as a vocalization system for the language based on the understanding and reading of the Masoretic text.
No, because they use the dots and dashes in order to get ibrit from a bar. It was never Iber.
Yeah, so what I'm saying to you is that in regards to linguistics of biblical Hebrew, what's now titled classical Hebrew, it was reverse engineered before you and I was born.
Way before.
Way to the research that you are currently doing today. So if it was not for that type of methodology used to analyze biblical Hebrew with other surviving Semitic languages and then bring it back when archaeology came into the scene in late 1800s to the mid 1800s, you have Semiticists that are now doing archaeological digs and excavations and pulling out inscriptions and looking at the what we call comparative textual analysis between one text from one culture, let's say the Moabite stele, right, the Misha stele, with biblical Hebrew, or at that time inscriptional Hebrew, right? Because we have the Shalom tunnel inscription, we have the Telarad letters, and we're looking at them and we're trying to find similar roots, right, between the two. So all of this work was done before we were born. So we're able to now go back to the past because of the work that preceded what we're doing today. That's all I'm saying, right? And I was going to show a couple of sources if anybody here is interested in reading up on this argument, so they don't have to take our word from it. They can just go see where the consensus is in regards to this current research and see where these opinions derive, because we all have an opinion on this, but a lot of times we're not given the source, right, or where it's derived from. So I just want to provide that so everybody can research on their own, and you'll be able to see what the discussion is really about. And there's one major source that I like to share. So I don't know if it's time for me to say anything, Nepal. I know you're the mod, and this is Apostles Khan and Diane's build, but is it okay?
It's all right by me, man. The more you share, the more I learn.
No, they don't mind. Go ahead. That's why I appreciate you coming in. But Judah, I think Judah wanted to say a couple things.
Sure. I'm gonna go. Go ahead, Judah.
But definitely, we want your input. Go ahead, Judah.
Yeah, thank you. Shalom to the panel. Yeah, definitely. I just want to say real quick. I don't know what Apostle thinks. So for those who are like confused, there are like two A's, right, so to speak, right, in the alphabet, right? There are two A's, and the beginning of it is what they commonly call Elef, or the first letter, the A, for A, B, whatever, right? So just to show that the pronunciation generally for the Aleph, the first A is A or at sound, is in the word like amen, which would be like so be it. A math is also related to this word, which means like truth. As the brother Devion pointed out, the word leah, right? Because the word le, and also in quote unquote Hebrew and Arabic is no, right? Le. So her name is like a negation, like Leah, like in the feminine. Adam, right? For mankind. Adam. No one says Adam. Adam. Abraham. Right? No one's saying Abraham. It's Eb, which is like father. In modern Hebrew, they even call it Abib for Abia, which is like the springtime, beginning of the year. Right? The modern Hebrew says Abib, not Abib. So that just to show that the Aleph is, and just real quick, not to be along with it. I get what brother's trying to say about the Metrius Lectionis and all this or whatever, and that's all well and good. However, Abraham, it's Eb, which is like father. In modern Hebrew, they even call it Abib for Abia, which is like the springtime, beginning of the year. Right? The modern Hebrew says Abib, not Abib. So that just to show that the Aleph is, and just real quick, not to be along with it. I get what brother's trying to say about the Metrius Lectionis and all this or whatever, and that's all well and good. However, when you guys start like researching who these people are, you guys are like trying to follow. That's just one path, and it's going to lead you to modern Hebrew, and then you read on their Israeli linguists what they say about what the language they use today. It's not considered Afro-Asiatic. It's more or less they used borrow lots of European words and what and just incorporated it within their, what people term modern Hebrew today. So relying on dots and dashes and things, we don't have to get that. We have other streams like Dead Sea Scrolls. He wasn't incorporating dots and dashes in the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's like one of our oldest writings. We still have like other Afro-Asiatic languages that survive today to use comparative linguistics. You don't need to follow hats, but yeah, good job, bro.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free